Yesterday, and here we are in the middle of the week, looking forward to seeing what God's going to do here in our church here, of course, tonight, midweek service. And we're right around the corner, a week from tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day. Hard to believe it's here. Good night. This month has just kind of flown by, and I'm looking forward to that time. Got some family coming in, my Uncle Mike, Aunt Karen coming in from Illinois. Looking forward to having them here, and then just the family all over and just and coming to the house and having a good time. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving time. Now, we're coming up on the weekend right before Thanksgiving. Let's be faithful to church even tonight. Next Wednesday night, you determine to be faithful to church. I think it's critical that we are faithful all the time, no matter what. Well, today, let's talk about what to do when you don't know what to do. I don't know if you've ever had those times, but I have. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 12 says, O our God, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. Jehoshaphat found himself in a similar situation that many of us often find ourselves in. A great host of the Midianite army had come to fight against him and Judah, and the great host was much larger than Judah's army, and in human reasoning, there was no way that Judah could defeat this great army. So Jehoshaphat's response was what any great leader's response should be. He went to God and said, neither know we what to do. This prayer of help and trust sprung God into action to fight for Jehoshaphat and Judah and help them to win this battle. Now, have you ever found yourself not knowing what to do, or maybe even helpless? You just don't know what to do. Have you found yourself in a situation where your back was against a wall and you find yourself powerless? And you have a hopeless feeling on the inside. Every person will find themselves in this type of a situation every once in a while. Now, when you come to the end of your rope and trust God is when you find hope and victory for the impossible situation that you're facing. There are several actions that Jehoshaphat did, that when you find yourself in that situation, when you don't know what to do, his actions show us what we need to do. First, pray. Jehoshaphat didn't run to social media to ask everyone to feel sorry for him. He didn't run and try to hide his problems in a vice. Rather, he ran to the one who could handle his problems, because that was the only action that could pull him out of that impossible situation, and that one was God. Prayer is the only tool to pull you out of an impossible situation. So we've got to use that tool instead of ignoring it. Don't run from it. Second, realize your weakness in God's omnipotence. Jehoshaphat knew his situation, it was greater than himself. And he also knew it was not greater, he also understood it was not greater than his God. Now you must admit your inability and God's ability. One reason Jehoshaphat ran to God in prayer was because he understood prayer was the way to engage omnipotence for his situation. Now, you will continue to struggle with your situation until you admit your weakness and your need for God's omnipotence. Too many people keep trying to help God out. And when you take your hands off and tell God there's nothing you can do is when God shows his omnipotence. Third, have faith and trust God. Now, I love what Jehoshaphat said after admitting his weakness and his inability to handle the situation he faced. He said, but our eyes are upon thee. See, this is a total statement of faith and a revelation, a total statement of trust for God to do something. You must trust God in his word that he will come through for you with your situation. You have to have faith that God will help you, his child, that God's going to help you. You're his child. As you face the impossibility, God will help you. God's never failed one person who trusted him. He may have taken someone to their physical and mental limits, but can I tell you this? He's always come through to help. You may feel like you're about to break, but don't stop trusting God. Have faith that God will somehow come through in your situation, even though you can't see how it's going to happen. Fourth, obey God. Jehoshaphat knew the army was too big for him, but he obeyed God to go against them. And that was when he totally trusted God, evidenced by their singing and obeying that God sent ambassadors, that God sent ambassadors and defeated the Midianite army. Now you're going to find when God sees your obedience, despite the impossibility of what you face, is when he will fight for you to help you to win in your situation. Now, do you find yourself in an impossible situation? Do you find yourself wondering, I don't know how I'm going to do this. My back's against the wall. God, then look up to God, as Jehoshaphat. He says, my eyes are upon thee. Oh, the trust, the faith. As he says, my eyes are upon thee, God. He was looking to God, saying, God, now I don't know what else to do. I'm just looking to you. I need you to act. Oh, so many times that's what we do. We look up to God and say, God, my eyes are upon thee. Trust him. Trust God. God always comes through. And the way you trust God, just keep doing what's right. Obey him. Keep going soul winning. Keep reading your Bible. Keep praying. Keep going to church. And it may seem your world is falling apart, but you got to trust an omnipotent God, that he knows what he's doing, that he will bring you through no matter what you face. Well, I hope this is a great help to you today. Now, let's remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time. Have a great